Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official Week 10 NFL Top 10 Best Bets. Let's get right into it. 10 of the 10 bets that I absolutely love for this upcoming week of the NFL. Number one, Ravens at Dolphins, the over 46.5. We know how these Thursday night games go. They're normally shootouts. They're normally higher scoring. 46.5, not a tough number to reach. I actually like the Dolphins plus 7.5 in this one. The Ravens will probably win it, but I see a score of like 27-23 for a total of 50. That's over 46.5. Give me it's such a low over for a Thursday night game, isn't it? 46.5. Number two, Browns plus 1 at Patriots. I think the Browns win this game outright. They need wins. They're desperate. You get rid of Odell. You look phenomenal last week in Cincinnati. We don't want to overreact to it, but this Browns team is very good, and the Patriots still do have a rookie quarterback that they're not asking to do a lot. They do not generate any explosive plays. They're trying to, keep Mac Jones under control, make sure he doesn't have any game-altering turnovers. This Browns team, they're just overall, they need wins in the AFC North. They're a better team than the Patriots, I believe. Both of these teams coming in at 5-4. This is a huge game for the AFC playoff picture, for the AFC wildcard. I think the Browns straight up are better. They win this game outright in New England. Number three, Browns team total over 20.5. So that kind of piggybacks off my number two bet. If you think the Browns are going to win, they're probably going to have to score more than 3 touchdowns. So 20.5. I think the Browns win this game like 23-21. It'll probably be a very close game. We know the Patriots. I respect the Patriots. I respect Bill Belichick. Great defense, but I'm just saying, you have to understand they still have a rookie quarterback who they're trying to keep from turning the ball over, which in turn really limits their explosive play potential because they're trying to keep Mac Jones from throwing interceptions. There's no deep passes, a lot of short stuff, a lot of long drives for the Patriots. I think the Browns get a few more explosive plays, and that's the difference in the game. I have the Browns winning that one, and I like their over 20.5 team total. Falcons at Cowboys, over 53.5. This number is 55 now, and it's going to keep climbing because I think we're all in agreement. Last week was a bit of an aberration. When a team like the Cowboys, they're, 6-1, 7-1, you have a game like they had last week where they basically get shut out. You either have to, you decide whether it's a trend that's going to continue or whether it's an aberration. You look at Dak Prescott, who I believe is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. You look at CeeDee Lamb, great young receiver. Amari Cooper, superstar receiver. Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott, one of the best running back tandems in the NFL. I'm going to call it an aberration, not a trend for the Cowboys. This offense is really good. They're due for a massive game against the Falcons. And then you've got a Falcons team who can, Matt Ryan, he can generate some points. We saw him put 27 points up on that tough New Orleans defense last weekend. I think the Falcons can definitely get maybe 1 or 2 garbage time scores. The over 53.5 hits here. I think the Cowboys are going to generate a lot of the points, though. Maybe 38 points. It's going to be a big day offensively for them. Big bounce back week for them against the bad Atlanta defense. Number 5, Bills at Jets, the under 47.5. To me, this game hinges on whatever the Jets do. If the Jets score a decent amount, the over is going to hit. If the Jets don't score, the under is going to hit. Really, overall, it's like the Bills have to prove it to me. The Bills last week, they only score 6 points. Some people will think, well, they're due for a big week. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like the Bills win this game, but there's something off about that offense. When I was watching the Browns-Bengals game, I saw Josh Allen's stats, and it might have been early third quarter or something. The dude was 12 of 22 for 79 yards at one point. That is a broken offense. 22 pass attempts generating 79 yards, 12 completions generating 79 yards. It's almost like the Bills have to prove it to me. And I would take the Jets plus 13 here, but I'll just take the overall under 47.5 in that one. Number 6, the Saints plus 3 at the Titans. I really like the underdogs here. And the reason I'm taking the Saints is because simply this is the NFL. That's my answer why I'm taking the Saints plus 3. They played bad last weekend, got upset by Atlanta. We saw how good the Titans looked. Surprise win over the Rams. What does that equal? Probably the Saints winning this game in an upset because this is the NFL and it's weird. The Titans have had a good year. I understand that. The Saints will have to see what happens with their quarterback situation. But again, this is what you got to do in the NFL. You got to zig when other people zag. There's going to be so many people within the general public betting on the Titans -3 in this one, saying, look how good the Titans are. The Saints have quarterback issues. The Saints still do have a good defense. Low scoring game. The Saints end up covering the 3. Number 7, Washington team total over 20.5. So Washington is taking on the Buccaneers at home. Both of these teams, I believe, coming off a bye week. I know the Buccaneers certainly are, and I don't think, Washington did not play last week. So both of these teams well-rested, coming off a bye week. Overall, I just saw this game. I thought Washington, even if it's in garbage time, we know how quickly the Bucs score, how fast they score. Washington would be able to generate at least 21 total points in this game. I like their team total over 20.5. The Bucs are around, I think, a 10-point favorite right now. I would not bet either way on that game. To me, that line is perfect. I could see this game being 31-21, something like that, maybe 34-24. So I think, that line, I would not bet one way or the other. The Bucs will probably win by right around 10 points. I will take Washington, though, due to Tampa Bay's big playability and Tampa Bay probably getting up early and scoring a lot. You think there's going to be some garbage time opportunities for Washington. They can generate some offense. I've been critical of Taylor Heineke. I don't understand how a franchise can go into the season and say, yes, we believe Taylor Heineke is going to be our quarterback for all 16 games. You're just a terrible franchise if you believe that. It's awful. But the dude can still generate some scoring opportunities. Washington, maybe they get a turnover, something like that. I've got the team total over 20.5 for Washington. Vikings +3 at the Chargers. I love this one. The Vikings are always involved in very close games. I believe this week they break through and they win on the road in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is both of these teams are extremely inconsistent, and both of them play extremely close games. So Chargers last week get a big win in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, not the greatest of teams, but overall, the Vikings are in such close games. You're going to win one, and Los Angeles, they can lose to anyone. They're a very inconsistent team. They do have a really good offense, but overall, Vikings +3, 28-25. I have the Vikings winning this game outright. Number 9, the Eagles +3 at the Broncos. This is another one of those games. It's the NFL. We saw what happened last weekend. The Broncos, unbelievable defense. It's great. But you know what? As they say in the NFL, it's a new week. Weird things happen. It's unpredictable. I just get the vibe the Eagles are due for a big road win. I'm not much of a believer in Jalen Hurts, but again, you're facing Teddy Bridgewater. This is a winnable football game. Once again, I know, Denver, I did not expect them to do that in Dallas. Dallas was on a complete roll. They completely shut the Cowboys down. Could have shut them out. Dallas scored 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions in extreme garbage time. I think they were up like 30-0 in that game. It was crazy. So, yeah, the Broncos defense looked great last week. But give me the Eagles to win this game outright, like 24-21. Eagles are due for a big win. You think last week Eagles lose, Broncos look great, but you got to zig when other people zag. The general public, they're probably going to be on the Broncos -3. Say, look how good their defense looks. It's the NFL, one week to the next. It's crazy how tables turn, how it flips. And then my final bet, the Seahawks at the Packers, over 50. So the NFL finally gets the shootout and the high-scoring game it's so wanted. Last week, the Packers at the Chiefs, what a flop that was with Aaron Rodgers being out and Patrick Mahomes just looking completely broken. 13-7, the final score there. I understand the Packers defense is good, but I'm getting the vibe of a 30-27 type game. Of course, a lot of this will depend on Aaron Rodgers playing. I am banking on Aaron Rodgers playing. We'll have to see if Saturday, if he's, able to play. I would say there's probably a good about 75-80% chance Aaron Rodgers is going to play. So give me the over 50. I think, again, this seems like a higher scoring game. I understand the Packers defense has been good, but they're still liable. You get Russell Wilson back if you're the Seahawks. That's big. There's not going to be a lot of rust there. He was only out 4 or 5 weeks, and it was a finger issue. So as long as it's not like it's affecting his play overall, he should be fine throwing the football. So like the over and that one, as you guys can see, those are my top 10 overall best bets for week number 10. Some overall trends, I would say, a lot of underdogs. Taking the Saints +3, Vikings +3, Eagles +3. All those lines are small. Browns +1, I like to win outright. Falcons, Cowboys, I don't think it'll be a shootout. I think the Cowboys will get up early and it'll be like 37 or 38-17. The Cowboys will generate a lot of points. Browns team total, if you think the Browns are going to win, they're probably going to have to score over 21 points. And then that Thursday night game, the first bet, the Ravens at the Dolphins. You know how Thursday night games are. I love the Dolphins +7 in that game, but I don't love it enough to bet it. I will just go with the over 46.5. Give me the Ravens to win that game outright, 27-23. Those are my top 10 best bets for week number 10 of the NFL, guys. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.